Hey everybody, IcyCat here. Today's operator profile is going to take a closer look at JAGER. His projectile denial system will help make sure that you guys are covered while the attackers make their approach. Let's take a closer look next. JAGER is a defensive operator with the GSG-9, and he has an interesting loadout that helps him stand apart from any of the other defensive operators. Let's take a closer look. He starts out with the M870 12-gauge combat shotgun. It's pretty good and very powerful. What sets him apart though is he's the only defender with an assault rifle, the 416C carbine. Excellent range, accuracy, and damage. P12 handgun is standard for GSG-9, and he also has a choice of deployable shield or barbed wire. JAGER's device is a deployable trophy system. When you put this out, you can set it on walls, you can set it on floors, and what it'll do is stop 2 incoming projectiles. That's any kind of a grenade, flash grenade, smoke grenade, stun grenade, frag grenade, anything like that. I'm uncertain if this includes Ash's breaching launcher as well. That is technically a projectile. It may stop that. I don't know if it does. I haven't been able to test that for myself. It will also take out Thatcher's EMP grenades. As long as it has line of sight. It needs line of sight to shoot down any device. And Thatcher's EMPs can work through walls, so it won't stop them if it doesn't have a line of sight. If you don't have line of sight, if it's blocked by a piece of furniture or anything like that, it's not going to be able to shoot the target down. It will do Fuse's cluster grenades as well. Now remember, it only stops 2 of these, and Fuse's cluster grenade will spit out 4 of these charges. So you'll need to have 2 of JAGER's devices in overlapping areas with line of sight to get all 4 of those charges. Now, I'm not putting these in the video in really the best spots here. I was just kind of learning how to use them in some of these videos, and really what you want to do is you want to have it set up so that all 3 sort of converge on each other and make almost like a triangle of coverage, and will cover an area from any approach. And that's not what I was doing when I was placing these, but you definitely want to make sure that when you put these out, you've got that overlapping coverage. Otherwise, when they're by themselves, they don't do as effective of a job. You can split them up, though. I mean, you can put 2 in an objective room and 1 in a hallway to cover an area from getting grenades thrown in that way. And if you want to do that, you can. There's no reason you can't, but they are just, they have the most effective coverage area when they all work together and overlap. As mentioned before, you can place these on walls as well as floors, so that's handy, so you can optimize your line of sight. The device can be shot with a gun. It doesn't take much, just 1 round will take it out of commission. So here's how you can use his secondary gadgets to help enhance this a little bit. The first one is going to be the more obvious of the 2, and that's when you put one of the systems on the floor. If you want to disguise it so it doesn't get shot as easily, you can put a cluster of barbed wire around it, and that will help it at least blend into its surroundings a little bit. If you go with the deployable shield, you can use it as a traditional deployable shield and put your operator behind it, or you could choke a narrow doorway with it. And what this is going to do is an attacker isn't going to be likely to vault that and come in charging. I mean, if there's somebody standing right there, he's going to shoot him and get the drop on him. But if he's going to be faced between vaulting it or trying to peek in it, what he's probably going to do is just throw a grenade into the room. And that's what you want to do. You want your device to stop those kinds of attacks, and that will kind of force their hand to a certain degree. And some players could just go around and breach, and there's many ways around that kind of a situation, but it'll just encourage people to chuck in a grenade first rather than try to vault it. I would like to see a slightly wider area of effect on its coverage. It does seem like you can kind of get around the devices sometimes. I have successfully snuck grenades past the device. I don't know if that's a lack of coverage area so much, or if it's more of a line of sight obstruction. Again, you know, you can throw them in, and if it doesn't see it, it can't shoot it. So you can sneak devices past it if you're an attacker and you're trying to do that. His device is also going to be really good for defending hostage areas, because in those scenarios, people don't want to kill the hostage. They're not going to be using Fuse's cluster charge, but what they will be doing is they're going to be throwing in lots of non-lethal grenades. Stun grenades and flash grenades are going to be the norm in any kind of a hostage rescue mode. So to save yourself that headache, put these systems out in heavy coverage around the hostage, and you will definitely be making use of that system. JAGER works really well as either a roamer or a defender. Again, he has the longest engagement range out of any defender, so he's really going to be at home in any role you put him in for combat. He has a passive gadget system. I mean, once you deploy it, you don't have to do anything else with it. So to make up for that, he definitely has some really robust weaponry here to play with. And if you've got the shotgun, he makes excellent objective defense. If you've got the assault rifle, you can really do some excellent roaming tactics. He's great for going up on some higher levels of elevation, knocking some holes in some window barricades, and trying to hit the attackers as they approach from their spawns. He's got the range and the damage to pull that off with decent enough accuracy that he can be a substantial threat to an attacker as they approach the structure for sure. If you use him as objective defense, he can do a good job with his assault rifle, or especially with his shotgun. It packs a lot of punch, so you can do a lot of damage and knock holes in walls, create sight lines for your teammates and things like that. Either way, you're going to be really viable. While it can be questionable whether or not his gadget is very useful, I mean, you have to get grenades incoming for it to get any use. It's a very passive system in that way. His weapons more than make up for it, especially with the assault rifle. So that's been our in-depth look at Jaeger. Tomorrow, we're going to take a look at Montagne. If you find these videos useful, please consider liking and subscribing to make sure you stay up to date on all the latest news, tips, information, and commentary for Rainbow Six Siege. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.